The sun peeked over the horizon, casting a golden glow across the tranquil waters of the Mediterranean. As the first rays of light touched the shoreline, they revealed a scene both beautiful and haunting. Pristine white sand stretched for miles, but scattered among the natural beauty were the unmistakable signs of human carelessness. Plastic bottles, discarded fishing nets, and fragments of everyday life that had found their way to this one sun-touched paradise. Amidst this bittersweet tableau, a small figure emerged from the shadows of a nearby fishing village. Trotting along the water's edge was Luna, a young border collie barely 4 months old. Her black and white coat glistened with morning dew as she explored the beach, her curious nose twitching at every new scent carried on the salty breeze. Luna's paws left tiny imprints in the damp sand as she zigzagged between piles of seaweed and driftwood. Suddenly she froze, her ears perked forward and her tail held high. A faint sound had caught her attention, a desperate, muffled cry coming from just beyond the breaking waves. Without hesitation, Luna bounded towards the water's edge. There, trapped in a tangle of discarded fishing line, was a young seagull. Its wings flapped weakly as it struggled against its bonds, each movement only serving to tighten the plastic threads around its body. The bird's eyes were wide with panic, its beak opening and closing in silent pleas for help. Luna winced softly, her whole body quivering with the desire to help. She paced back and forth along the shoreline, barking urgently as if trying to summon aid from the still sleeping village. But no one came. The beach remained empty save for the desperate gull and the determined puppy. In that moment, something extraordinary happened. Luna sat back on her haunches, her front paws lifting off the ground and pressing together as if in prayer. Her deep brown eyes fixed on the horizon, she let out a long, mournful howl that echoed across the water. For a heartbeat, the world seemed to hold its breath. Then, as if in answer to Luna's call, a sleek gray form broke the surface of the sea. A dolphin, its skin shimmering like polished silver in the early morning light, glided towards the shore. Its intelligent eyes took in the scene, the trapped bird, the praying puppy. The evidence of human neglect scattered across the once pristine beach. With graceful precision, the dolphin maneuvered through the shallow water. Using its powerful beak, it began to gently tug at the fishing line, entangling the seagull. Luna watched from the shore, her tail wagging encouragingly, as the dolphin worked to free the bird.
Ow.
Well, walk on white. Where, way, away, where, wait, whatever, where, way, oh, wait, where, and I, whatever, where, we are, where, the sense, brother, we were, I do, I wish, and
The gull's struggles grew weaker, its cries softer.
Ow.
Luna whimpered, her paws digging into the sand as she willed the dolphin to succeed. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, there was a final snap as the last of the fishing line gave way. The seagull, stunned but alive, flapped its wings experimentally. Finding itself free, it took a few unsteady steps before launching into the air with a triumphant cry. Luna barked joyfully, her entire body wiggling with excitement, as she watched the bird soar away. But the dolphin wasn't finished. With a powerful flick of its tail, it pushed the tangled mass of fishing line onto the beach. It was as if the creature was sending a message, a reminder of the damage humans could cause and the responsibility they bore to protect the natural world. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, the village began to stir. Fishermen preparing their boats for the day's catch and early rising tourists, seeking the perfect spot for sunbathing, found themselves drawn to an unusual gathering on the beach. There stood Luna, her fur ruffled by the sea breeze, tail wagging proudly as she gazed out at the water. And there, just beyond the breaking waves, was the dolphin, its dorsal fin cutting through the surface as it swam lazy circles near the shore. Word spread quickly through the village. People spoke in hushed tones of the puppy who had called to the sea and the dolphin who had answered. Children pointed excitedly, tugging on their parents' hands to get a better view. Even the most skeptical of the old fishermen found themselves questioning everything they thought they knew about the relationship between humans and the natural world. As the crowd grew, an elderly woman named Maria stepped forward. She had lived in the village her entire life, her weathered face a testament to decades spent under the Mediterranean sun. "In all my years," she said, her voice carrying despite its softness, "I have never seen such a thing. It is a sign, a reminder that we are not separate from nature, but a part of it. We have forgotten this, and look at the consequences." She gestured to the litter strewn across the sand, the fishing nets tangled in the rocks, the oil slicks that sometimes marred the crystal-clear waters. "We have taken so much from the sea," Maria continued. "Perhaps it is time we gave something back." Her words struck a chord with the gathered villagers. They looked at their beautiful coastline with new eyes, seeing not just its beauty but also its vulnerability. In that moment, a collective resolve began to form. The next day dawned bright and clear, but this time the beach was far from empty. Villagers of all ages had gathered, armed with bags and gloves. They spread out along the shore, collecting every piece of trash they could find. Children giggled as they raced to see who could fill their bags the fastest. While their parents tackled larger debris, like abandoned tires and broken crates, Luna darted between the groups, her tail wagging furiously as she helped by carrying small pieces of driftwood to the collection piles. And there, just beyond the breakers, the dolphin kept watch, its presence a constant reminder of the connection between land and sea. As the weeks passed, the story of Luna and the dolphin spread far beyond the borders of the small coastal village. Environmentalists and marine biologists flocked to the area, eager to study this unique interspecies interaction. But more importantly, the tale inspired action. Beach cleanup initiatives sprang up along the coast. Fishing cooperatives implemented stricter regulations on net disposal and worked to develop more sustainable practices. Schools incorporated marine conservation into their curricula, with Luna often serving as a furry ambassador for the cause. Luna herself became something of a local celebrity. Tourists would come from far and wide, hoping to catch a glimpse of the praying puppy, and perhaps even see the dolphin that still occasionally visited the bay. To the villagers, Luna was more than just an attraction. She was a symbol of hope, a living reminder that even the smallest among us can make a difference. As the sun set on another day in the Mediterranean paradise, Luna once again sat at the water's edge. Her coat had grown thicker, her frame larger, but her spirit remained as pure and determined as ever. She watched the waves roll in, her ears perked for any sign of distress, always ready to send up a prayer to the sea. And somewhere out there, beyond the horizon, a dolphin swam free, carrying with it the memory of an unlikely friendship and the knowledge that sometimes miracles come in the form of a puppy's plea and nature's compassionate response.